Imagine diving off the north coast of Java and discovering a ship's time capsule that should never have existed. Not a royal treasure, not a pirate hoard, but a floating marketplace, frozen at the exact moment when Asia's trade routes quietly locked into place. One ship, one cargo. And a question that forces us to rethink history. Was the ocean, not any empire, the real capital of the medieval world? Cirebon lies on Java's northern coast, where the monsoon winds turn the sea into a seasonal highway. For centuries, sailors didn't travel by maps the way we do today. They traveled by wind calendars, by the great breathing rhythm of the Indian Ocean. When the monsoon shifted, ports like Cirebon didn't just receive ships. They received entire worlds, packed into hulls of wood and sail. And one of those worlds sank and waited. Here's what makes the Cirebon Shipwreck so unusual. This doesn't feel like a king's collection. It feels like a receipt, a commercial snapshot of everyday global trade. The cargo wasn't designed to impress emperors. It was meant to be used, bought, sold, replaced. Bowls, storage jars, ceramics made in large quantities. This wasn't elite wealth. This was middle-class globalization, moving quietly across the sea. And that's exactly why it matters, because it proves the Silk Road was never only a land route. It was a vast maritime web, and Southeast Asia sat right at its center. Think of the cargo as three great currents colliding. The first current came from China. High-quality ceramics produced at scale, consistent in form and finish. China wasn't just exporting objects, it was exporting reliability, a standard merchants across Asia recognized and trusted. The second current flowed from India, not always labeled, not always visible in a single artifact, but present in trade logic, commercial customs, and the rhythm of Indian Ocean exchange that shaped port cities for centuries. And then there was the third current, Southeast Asia itself. This is where the system truly comes alive. Southeast Asia wasn't a passive crossroads. It was the conductor. Island chains became checkpoints, ports became negotiation tables, and monsoon timing became economic power. The sea didn't divide civilizations, it stitched them together. So why does one shipwreck matter so much? Because shipwrecks don't lie. Texts exaggerate. Empires rewrite their own stories. But a wreck is honest. It tells us what people actually bought, which ports were truly connected, and what globalization looked like, long before modern empires claimed the oceans. The Cirebon Shipwreck isn't just a tragedy. It's a map, drawn in cargo. If this ship was a floating marketplace, then here's the real question. Was Southeast Asia the world's true trade hub, hidden in plain sight? Comment below. China, India, or Southeast Asia, who truly controlled the network? But this story doesn't end with one wreck. In the next episode, EP4, Srivijaya, the empire that controlled the sea lanes, will confront the question ancient sailors already understood. Who controls the sea, controls the world? Why did the Malacca Strait become the most valuable choke point on Earth? And how did Srivijaya turn geography, monsoons, and ports into imperial power? From one shipwreck to the empire that ruled the routes it sailed. Like, subscribe, and let's read the ocean like a history book.